History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Once said Sir Winston Spencer Churchill, and I quote, "The late hours into the early morning was the time when Churchill would commit himself to working. This is when Churchill was most productive in life, and he was never without a cigar." By Randolph Churchill, great-grandson of Sir Winston Churchill.
In 2007, Davidoff had launched the brand Winston Churchill cigars. The brand did not grow nor prosper, and consequently, in 2015, the Winston Churchill has been seized and production halted. Davidoff, and as a substitute or a continuation, rebranded Winston Churchill, but this time as a sub-brand under the main Davidoff line.
In early 2017, the Davidoff Winston Churchill Late Hour has been born. What marks this blend, other than being from 4 different countries, Dominican, Nicaragua, Mexico, and Honduras, is the stealthy leaf in the filler from the Condega region that was aged in the finest Scotch whiskey cask barrel for 6 extra months. During this period, the tobacco absorbed the aroma of the cask and the whiskey. The barrel maturing is believed to lead to more oak sugarness and profound aromas. According to Davidoff master blender Henke Kelner, disputably one, if not the most acknowledgeable master blender in the world of cigars. The secret of the Davidoff Late Hour dazzling blend is to use leaves from the second quarter down the plant. These leaves are flavorful than those lower down and are not directly toasted by the Caribbean sun.
In other words, Elie, Henke is referring to the lighter part of Ligero, the bottom third, and the flavorful part of the Secco, the upper part of Secco. What a masterful choice. Anyway, there are 3 late hour cigars ascending from early night to very late hour: a Robusto, a Toro, and a Churchill, depending on how late your night is going to be. First, a Robusto for to complement an early dinner at home or among family, and you would like to retreat to your study room, library, home office, and finish the night with 1 hour cigar. Second, a Toro when out for a dinner and you have friends and fellow smoker, to elongate and stretch your smoke to over 1.5 hours. 3, a Churchill is when the night is young and there is no office the next day and your pairings are ample.
You set it all, Kassem, every possible situation. Anyway, today we'll be tackling the Davidoff Winston Churchill Late Hour in the only Robusto size, a 52 x 127 millimeter. When revealing his philosophy about the secret and challenges of blending, Hendrik Kelner, widely known by Henke, stated from his headquarters in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, the Davidoff, and he says, "There are no genius master blenders. The genius is in the inventory. As long as you have enough inventory of tobacco, you can maintain consistency. If you don't have inventory, you don't have options to maintain the same blends." And he continues and reveal some of the most illuminating truth in the making of blending. And I quote, "The most important thing is to maintain the level of strength. Every smoker knows his level of strength. If there is small differences in the acid area or in the sweet area, they don't know that. But the level of strength, everybody knows what his level of strength is."
A dazzling exposé, Elie.
Thank you.
There is a lot to dig from in between the lines. We all have to read, reread, and analyze the underneath messages of Henke's revelation. For when Henke stated something of that caliber, it shows his commitment to transparency, respect.
Isn't it, Haj? Kassem, we are becoming 2 old, wrinkly Bavar, baker boys, talkative, that trail talking about the cigar rather than reviewing it.
That's why Osos are different, aren't we? A short fact sheet: wrapper Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro Marron, binder Mexican San Andres Negro, filler Dominican Republic Olor Piloto San Vicente, Nicaragua Condeca and Esteli. The release date is August 2nd, 2017.
A smooth, dark, oily wrapper, seamless veins, uniform leaf, indication of a great construction. Every time, Kassem, I contemplate Davidoff, my attachment to the mark deepens.
The wrapper smells oaky with the flair of tannin. The foot smells sweet with chocolate and some white pepper. The coldo draw, woodiness, zest of faint lemon, creamy, notes of black pepper and cinnamon, all around the lips.
Light the cigar.
Light the cigar, wallah.
First draw reveals an early complexity of oaky wood and floral touches, a fading sweetness with overwhelming cask depths.
First third strikes you with all the way creaminess, the black pepper and the cinnamon continues, notes of roasted nuts, traces of lime, orange continues, with Elie must be his bitter tongue, double meaning.
A first retrohale indicates some high floral notes with prime oriental tobacco.
Second third, the complexity of this Robusto got complicated. An overwhelming toasty wood with some serious smokiness, let us say, so different, and underneath mashed banana sweetness.
Anyway, Kassem, your series So Different Smoky Wood is the effect of the 6 months whiskey barrel, a note, respectfully, you would not detect.
An early, not so innocent Elie payback. Anyway, thank you. And now, just pushing further into the last third, acute earthiness surfaces, more of wild fried mushroom, roasted nuts, while the floral notes dried out.
Sadly, but understandably, this is more of the new world cigar lovers, younger generations who are more inclined to the nicotine rush, strength and fullness of the body, who love the fact that the last third sting their palate.
Not your era, Elie, and not your age.
Not my age, not my era.
You are turning into cigar dinosaur fossil.
Proudly Hajj, anyway, you sounded as if you are a cigar teenager. There is no other word but in Arabic, والصغر.
Thank you. Let us not pick up a fight and move on to the moment of truth, the table of grades.
Yalla. A good 88.5, Kassem, a grade almost touched the 90 threshold. Mine surprisingly averaged the 85-90 bracket. Impressive for my light palate and low tolerance for strength.
It's one of those times when I struggle to tame my grades, but nonetheless give it up and finally submit it to the high profile of the brand. Any final word, Elie?
Yes, I would surely stock this stick in my humidors and recur to it once every month.
I would do the same, yet I'm intrigued and curious to try the bigger cannons, the Toro and the Churchill sizes.
In due time, Kassem, in due time, the journey is long, and we now conclude our review for the Davidoff Late Hour Robusto. And until our next Los Osos review, please
follow us.